Imagine this: your child refuses to go to school, clings to you, and cries at the drop of a hat. They complain about tummy aches and seem terrified of being away from home. While some parents may think it's just a phase, what if these behaviors are signs of something deeper? Anxiety in children is real, and it can look very different from how it appears in adults. In this video, we'll break down the early signs of anxiety in kids and, more importantly, how you can support them through it. 1. What is childhood anxiety? Anxiety is a feeling of worry or fear that can affect anyone. But when it happens to children, it can be especially tough to handle. As adults, we might expect kids to be carefree, but the reality is that children can experience anxiety too. The pressure to fit in, schoolwork, family issues, and even world events can trigger these feelings. Anxiety in children might not always be obvious. Unlike adults, who can often express their worries, children might not understand or be able to talk about what's making them anxious. This is why it's essential for parents and caregivers to be aware of the signs and know how to help their child manage these feelings before they become overwhelming. 2. Signs of anxiety in children. What to look out for. Childhood anxiety can show up in many different ways, and it's important to remember that not all kids express their anxiety the same. Here are some common signs of physical symptoms. Children may not say, "I feel anxious," but their bodies can tell you something's wrong. Look out for complaints of headaches, stomach aches, or feeling tired all the time. Some kids may experience dizziness or have trouble sleeping. These physical symptoms are often a child's way of expressing their discomfort without using words. B. Changes in behavior. Kids with anxiety might start acting differently than usual. They could become more irritable, have sudden outbursts, or cry more often. They might also seem more restless or fidgety. Avoiding certain situations, like going to school or participating in activities they once enjoyed, can be another clue that something is going on. C. Clinginess or fear of separation. If your child refuses to be away from you, even for short periods, this can be a red flag. Separation anxiety is common in younger children, but if your child's fear of being apart from you is extreme and doesn't improve, it may point to a deeper issue. Avoiding social situations. Kids who were once outgoing may start avoiding social situations, like birthday parties or playdates. They might worry excessively about what others think of them or fear being embarrassed in front of others. E. Constant worrying. Does your child seem to worry about everything, even things that might seem minor or irrational? Constantly asking "what if" questions or fixating on worst-case scenarios can be a sign of anxiety. For example, they might worry excessively about their grades, friendships, or even world events they don't fully understand. 3. Why are children anxious? Anxiety can stem from many different sources, and it's often a combination of factors rather than one single cause. Here are some common triggers. A. School stress. Pressure to perform well in school can create anxiety for many children. Whether it's fear of failing a test, feeling overwhelmed by homework, or dealing with peer pressure, school can become a significant stressor. B. Family changes. Changes at home, such as divorce, moving to a new house, or the arrival of a new sibling, can be stressful for kids. Even if these changes are positive, they can still trigger anxiety because of the uncertainty and adjustment involved. Social pressures. Kids are increasingly aware of how they're perceived by their peers, and the pressure to fit in or be accepted can be overwhelming. Social media can also amplify these pressures, making children more anxious about their appearance, behavior, and friendships. To world events. In today's connected world, children are exposed to news about global events, such as natural disasters, pandemics, and wars. Even if these events don't directly affect them, kids can still feel scared or anxious about what's happening in the world. 4. How to help a child with anxiety. Now that we've covered the signs and causes, the question is, how can you help your child manage their anxiety? Here are some practical strategies you can use. Listen without judgment. The first step in helping an anxious child is to listen to them. Let them know that their feelings are valid And don't dismiss their worries as silly or just a phase. Instead, reassure them that it's okay to feel worried and that you're there to support them. Sometimes just knowing that someone understands can make a huge difference. B, create a safe environment. Make sure your home is a place where your child feels safe and supported. This doesn't mean shielding them from every stressor, but creating a space where they can express their feelings without fear of judgment. Let them know that it's okay to talk about their worries and encourage open communication. So teach relaxation techniques. Help your child learn ways to calm down when they're feeling anxious. Breathing exercises, mindfulness, and progressive muscle relaxation can all be effective tools. You could teach them a simple breathing exercise, like taking a deep breath in for 4 seconds, holding it for 4 seconds, and then exhaling for 4 seconds. Practicing these techniques regularly can help them manage anxiety when it arises. To encourage gradual exposure. If your child is avoiding certain situations out of fear, such as school or social events, help them gradually face those fears. Start with small, manageable steps and gradually increase their exposure over time. For example, if they're afraid of going to school, you could start by visiting the school after hours when it's empty, and then work up to attending a half day before returning full-time. Model healthy coping strategies. Children often take their cues from the adults around them, so it's important to model healthy ways of coping with stress. If your child sees you handling your own anxiety in positive ways, they're more likely to do the same. Show them how you manage stress, whether it's through exercise, deep breathing, or talking about your feelings. Establish routines. Kids thrive on routine, and having a predictable daily schedule can help reduce anxiety. Try to maintain consistent bedtimes, meal times, and playtimes. When children know what to expect, it can make the world feel more manageable and less overwhelming. 5. When to seek professional help. While many children experience occasional anxiety, there are times when it might be necessary to seek help from a professional. If your child's anxiety is interfering with their daily life, such as their ability to attend school, make friends, or participate in activities, it's important to reach out to a mental health professional. Therapists who specialize in working with children can help your child learn how to manage their anxiety more effectively. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is a common treatment for anxiety in children, which focuses on changing the patterns of thinking that contribute to their worries. It's also essential to work with your child's school. Teachers, counselors, and school psychologists can provide additional support and accommodations to help your child feel more comfortable and succeed academically. 6. The role of family support. Family plays a critical role in helping children manage anxiety. As a parent, you're your child's biggest advocate, and your support can make a world of difference in their mental health. Here's how you can provide that support. Be patient. Helping a child work through anxiety takes time. Be patient with them and avoid pushing them too quickly. Celebrate small victories and understand that setbacks are a normal part of the process. Stay positive. Encourage your child by focusing on their strengths rather than their fears. Remind them of times when they've faced challenges and succeeded. Positive reinforcement can help build their confidence and reduce anxiety over time. Encourage physical activity. Exercise is a great way to manage anxiety, and it can be particularly helpful for children. Encourage your child to get outside, run around, and burn off some of their nervous energy. Whether it's playing a sport, riding a bike, or simply going for a walk, physical activity can help reduce feelings of anxiety. Anxiety in children is more common than you might think, but the good news is that with the right support, kids can learn to manage their worries and live happy, healthy lives. As parents and caregivers, understanding the signs and knowing how to help is the first step. So next time your child seems anxious, remember that you can be their biggest ally in overcoming it.